So what I'll do now is I will launch a demo workflow so you understand what that looks like. So, okay, I'm in Salesforce. I want to create an opportunity now. So how do I do that, Apty? So we see here right now, it's telling us to click on opportunities. And again, the way that it's getting us to focus our attention on this is again configurable. We can have boxes, we can have circles, oblongs, etc. It can flash, it can be highlighted. There's lots of a different array of things to choose from. Okay, opportunities. It does get more exciting than this, trust me. I'm going to click on new. Okay, and this is where some of the other magic starts to happen. So, for example, here we need to enter in the opportunity name. And you'll notice that the box that we need to enter the opportunity name in is being highlighted in blue. And again, that's Apty, that's not Salesforce. But what you'll also notice here is that we've got a tooltip icon. Again, that's an Apty feature. And if I hover over that, it's telling me here that in this field, the opportunity name must be in the format of new-name. Okay, so this is where we start to offer that more than the sort of just the onboarding side of things on how to do things, but how our business process, how the process that our business is set out for us, how do we ensure that the user is going to start to follow that? So for example, if I completely ignore that and say, no, I'm just going to call it Dave, thank you. You can see that a box has been highlighted and we can't move on. You also notice at the bottom that the save button is grayed out. I'm clicking on that now, and as you can see, nothing's happening. And again, this is a feature of Apty. For example, there is no validation on any of these fields that have been set up in Salesforce. Okay, so the only thing stopping us from clicking on the button here is Apty. It's overlaying something across the button, so we can't get to it. So if I now follow the format that I'm supposed to, which was new hyphen, we'll call that hop demo. Hopefully there's not one already called that. Okay, and we validated that field now. And now we're clear to move on to the next step. Okay, let's choose our account. Choose our opportunity close date. Let's be optimistic. Okay, what stage is this opportunity at? Now, this is where something else starts to happen. So, for example, if I now click on closed lost, you'll see here that we've got another field being highlighted, the lost reason. Okay, why is this? So let's highlight that. If the stage is set to close lost, then the lost reason must be provided. So again, we're offering these guide rails for these users, and it's done in a much nicer way than you might find on a typical form that you fill out that I'm sure we've all been there and done, where you set all the information, all the fields, then you click on save at the very bottom of the field and it says, no, something's wrong. You have to scroll back up and find out which one that was and so on. So with Apty, you get flagged to it at the point you're trying to do it. So I can actually set the field as such, and we're happy. But I'm not for this part. I'm going to say we're in qualification. Let's move on to the next field. And this is another validation that we're going to do here as well. You may notice that we've got another tooltip icon. So if I highlight over that, again, the amount cannot be less than 15,000. Another very, very important business guideline is that you shouldn't be entering any amounts for any opportunities for less than £15,000. Okay, so if I try to do that, no, and you'll see that my save button is still grayed out. However, when I change this to 15,000 as required, you'll notice that my button is now activated, and I can pass through, and the form's complete.